Yeah, I went to see Craven the Hunter. Craven the
Yes.
Hunter.
Yes.
And I was like Happy John was saying, oh no, it's right. A lot of people were telling me that it wasn't good, right? I mean, I didn't see any reviews of it, but a lot of people were telling me it wasn't good. So, but I had a bit of time and I thought, well, I know Craven the Hunter from the Spider-Man comic, so I thought
Yep.
I'd pop and see, so I managed to catch Craven, yeah. So
All right, cool. And what did you think? Go on and tell us about Kraven
okay,
the
well,
Hunter.
yeah.
Let's get this review on.
So I think with Craven is I I didn't really know what to expect from the trailer. I must be honest, the trailer didn't really it wasn't like didn't grab me.
Yeah.
But I found myself really enjoying this, and I think the
Okay.
reason being because it sort of uh, I mean it's a fantasy film, but things that
Yeah.
happened would have happened in that sort of thing. Do you know my beef with it? It wasn't like it wasn't my beef with things, and I was thinking,
Yeah.
well,
Yeah. No.
yeah, I
Yeah.
can see that happening. So basically, the story is there's a couple of sons of a rather nasty gang lord played
Yep.
by, with a Russian accent played by
Russell Crowe.
good old Russell Crowe with his
Russell
low
Crowe.
accent.
'Cause you know how we talk about how you have actors later in their career who are kind of going, I don't really care.
Yeah.
And I think Russell Crowe is kind of like he's going, what accent can I do now?
Yeah,
It's
that's
like
it. That's it.
what people group can I really annoy
I,
with
I
my
didn't.
with my interpretation of the accent?
I wasn't sure if he was really like Russian or Armenian or I couldn't really. I think he was supposed to be Russian.
Yeah.
And then you've got this. So, and he wants his sons to be tough guys, not fearless. They don't want to do it, and so he trains them. He wants them to not be scared of anything. These two brothers. You've got one who's fairly confident, one who's a little bit like more arty, should we say, more arty.
Yep.
But you find out why a little towards the end of the movie. So and anyway, so they go on a safari and the older lad gets mauled by a lion, and
Yeah.
then a nice lady comes along, or a nice girl just happens to come along. She's which been told to give this potion to someone, and obviously gives this guy the potion. So and he survives, and obviously he's got certain powers, and then he becomes a hunter, and he hunts all the bad guys.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Pretty much like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, like I. I found this pretty. I could see where it was going with some of the other characters that come into it. I mean, I don't know about giving spoilers, but there's a couple of other villains, should we say, or one at the end and one
Well,
during.
Well, I think a big thing all over. It's been all over the internet. It's been
Oh,
all
is
over the
it really?
internet.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, yeah. It's been all over the internet that Rhino is in this film.
Rhino is in this one.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that's not even a. I'm pretty sure that was in the trailer. I don't
Okay.
even think that
All right.
they're not even trying to make that a secret that Rhino is in this film.
Yeah.
And it's one of the it's and Rhino is one of the sticks that people have been using to beat this film with.
Yeah. I can see why they're saying like yeah, yeah. I mean that's fair comment on that,
Yeah.
but I mean, as for the story, I can understand because it is really like mega CGI. You can just, it's just like,
Well, yeah.
you know.
Well,
But I'm thinking more along the storyline. So rather than I'm looking at it from the fact of a storyline rather than
yeah.
effects film.
Yeah.
Rather
Yeah.
than,
Yeah. Yeah.
as I think sometimes the effects can spoil a movie.
Yeah. Yeah. I
Quite
agree.
well, they I mean, the Rhino popped up in one of the Spider-Man films at the end, I think, and
He
one of
did the
yeah,
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
yeah, Amazing Spider-Man
Yeah.
2. And that looked a better Rhino, I think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
It's a
this is
tough.
a film. This is a film that I struggle to get any enthusiasm up for.
Right,
Full
yeah.
stop, and that is because it's made by Sony. So this is and when we reviewed Madam Web, I went on a rant about how Sony.
Yeah, that was pretty awful, to be fair.
Yeah, I went on
And
a rant.
also, I don't think Morbius was particular. Was that the same?
That
Same?
was the same people. Morbius, Venom, Madam Web,
Yeah.
Kraven the Hunter. This is all of this is Sony trying to make money off Spider-Man when they
Yeah.
don't have Spider-Man.
Yeah,
And it's so they're trying to take all these people who are usually defined by being in Spider-Man's orbit and trying to make their own standalone movies, and I don't think it works. And so with this, Kraven the Hunter, even though there were some things in the trailer that I was like, okay, maybe, I don't know. Aaron Taylor Johnson seems quite committed in his performance as Kraven the Hunter, but I was just kind of like, it's Sony. They are going to mess it up because they don't know what they are doing.
It's a good observation, that, Toes, and I do understand that. But as I say, for me personally, I didn't. It wasn't. I mean, I quite enjoyed it. I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was. I mean, I can understand if there is all that criticism. I haven't seen too much of it. But then I'm a bit odd, and because I tend to like films that.
Well, yeah, that's one good thing about you, Sean. You don't listen to what everybody else is saying, and you don't try and go like, oh, let's go with the in crowd. What does the in crowd think? Okay, oh well, yeah, actually, I too think it's derivative. Nah, you don't do any of that. You just gotta go. I like it. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's it. It's exactly that's it. I like it or I don't like it. And this, I mean, it's no masterpiece. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to see this again. But having said that, I did enjoy the movie. It wasn't. I didn't find it huffy. I wasn't me huffy puffy crossing my legs and getting really upset about things going on. And I thought, and you're right. What's his name again? Taylor John? Is it Taylor?
Aaron Taylor Johnson. Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson. I really, do you know? I was thinking, I like him as an actor. I mean, he's been.
No,
he was in Bullet Train. He was.
Yes. Yep.
It was Quicksilver, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was Quicksilver in Age of Ultron, in Avengers Age of Ultron. Yeah, I mean, he is...
You didn't see that coming. Anyway.
Yeah, well, so yeah, no, I mean, he is quite good. He is quite good. He was in Godzilla as well. But I don't know, I don't understand how Sony have been making these movies, because they've been managing to get good people into these movies. I mean, how much... That's the thing. Okay, so Sean has just done like a hand signal for... The international hand signal for lots of money. Lots of money.
I think you nailed it when you said they're trying to cash in on the Spider-Man fame.
Yeah,
thing.
but then make a good film, because they must have spent loads of money on getting these people to be in this film.
Yeah.
They must have spent I mean, you're talking. Look, you have Russell Crowe, you've got Alexander Nova, you got like Aaron Taylor Johnson, you like Dakota Fanning. Yeah, I mean not Dakota Fanning, Dakota Johnson. You had in Madam Web. These films have good cast. They have people who are not cheap in them.
Yeah.
Then why the heck would you spend all that money, get all those people in, and then destroy the film?
Do you know if they're losing money or?
To my knowledge, the only one of them out of all these Sony movies that were using Spider-Man characters that has made money is the Venom movies.
Right, okay.
So Madam Web was a flop. Morbius was a massive flop. I mean, this too is not doing well. So much so that they are talking about, that Sony is talking about giving the rights to all these Spider-Man characters back to Marvel.
Wow.
Like selling them back to Marvel, and I'm like, yes, please! I've been begging for this for years. Yeah. Just do the right thing, because you do not know what you're doing, Sony.
Yeah, good point.
You have no clue. Yeah, okay, but anyway, okay, I have to get that off my chest. How many stars? How many stars do you give this?
I'll give this a 3-star. This is a 3-star. As I say, I didn't hate it. And I didn't mind it. It was watchable, and I didn't have too many issues with it. But I can see where the issues would come.
All right, cool. All right, 3 stars for Kraven the Hunter. Holly has seen it as well, and probably from her cinema while watching Night Bitch, she sent in. I'll give. Hang on. Did you say 3 stars, Sean?
3 stars, yeah, I did.
This is a rare occurrence where Holly has rated a film lower than somebody else.
Wow.
She says, I give Kraven 2. Watchable but rubbish. It didn't begin well. It ended better. I would not seek out again, but would have it on in the background if I were deadly bored. Oh, P.S. Russell Crowe's accent sucks. All right, cool. So that is it for Kraven the Hunter. But now we want